This is to answer a few of Trevor's questions and what my opinions are on a few things. That did we come from ETs? No, I don't believe that at all. I believe that this whole human experience is, there was a beginning, and there's bubbles within bubbles within bubbles. We're sort of just trapped in one bubble, and within that one bubble there can't be more bubbles. That if there how we perceive our world, the dimension that we're able to perceive our world, this is it. If there's somebody that's more evolved than us, they wouldn't be playing the same perception games that we play. To see a spaceship, come on, that's the 3D 4D reality. Somebody that's more evolved than us, somebody that's smarter and intelligent life that can create us, has to be a little bit bigger than us. They wouldn't be perceiving the world in still a 5D perception. They would be one above us. um, I do believe that there are unexplainable things here on this planet that are not of the um, fourth dimension perspective. And that's what we don't understand. And that's what the ET, the extraterrestrial, unexplained phenomenon going on is, we are seeing things that we don't understand yet. But that's all happening here. But we have had cycles. We have been dumb and then got really, really, really smart. And it's a matter of, we're so smart we can either destroy ourselves or evolve. And so far, nobody has evolved because we're still in the same freaking cycle. Chances are we failed at this once before and we're about to fail at it again unless we get smart again. Um, so while we're so smart, some of us think that um, like we can abduct people, we know how to manipulate DNA, we know how to clone people, we know how to make human beings, and we know how to genetically make them look exactly the way we want them to look. I'm pretty sure if we thought of this now, we thought of that in history before. Pretty sure free energy has been around for ages in more than just this one cycle. Pretty sure technology that means making pyramids is pretty freaking easy too. It's not hard to understand how they made pyramids, and we're able to make it fairly quickly too. But we've lost sort of like the freedom to know this. Only a certain people know this on the planet, and those people are using that technology. And I think, as they did in the last cycle, they went out into space. They saved themselves, made themselves a spaceship, and went out into space and probably latched onto some planet that they tried colonizing. Every story that we think is going to be done to us is actually just something that we do to other people, that we assume other people will do that back to us. So you got to just sort of look at what stories people tell and what things people want to believe in. It comes from themselves first, and they always will perceive that that's the way everybody else thinks, so that's the way everybody else is working. So no, I do not believe that we came here from ETs. I think if there are any ETs out there, they're just us, they're humans. I think the government is definitely involved in it, because who is the government? The government are the CEOs. The governments are the rich, wealthy people that get them elected. That they are just representatives. Until we sort of know that that's what politics is all about. It's not about representing the people. It's about representing the right people. And you ain't one of them if you got a government complaint. So the government's not really going to let you know what's going on, because then it wouldn't be a secret. It wouldn't be so easy to manipulate you if they, but it's very, very important to let you know part of a secret. They want you to know they're keeping something from you, so that when they want to leak some information, it's not so much a leak, but they want you to know something at a specific time. Now, what were some of your other questions? medium, you wanted to study mediumship, I wouldn't go for getting involved in any mediums or channeling. Um, what you can do is use guides. Any guide that you see on the planet, dead or alive, you can communicate with them. And first, you got to sort of have this permission going on, but you got to visualize that they're there. You got to sort of feel who they are. One of the guides that I used was Mother Teresa at one time. Not exactly a big fan of hers, but at one time she was a fan, and I was just like, okay, what would you do? And the words that came back, advice from Mother Teresa, was just stand your ground and don't be scared to be who you want to be. And she basically had no advice for me other than to just be who I wanted to be and be strong. So I think whoever you're going to um, channel, you're going to channel exactly what it is you need to hear from them. You have a respect for some other entity out there, and that other entity is only going to give you information of what you want to hear, because you're only going to be hearing from yourself anyways, but you're going to hear from yourself from a perception using a different time and place. But you could still do the same thing if you wanted to. The question um, examine the questions that you want to unfold and study the state of mind that you want to be in at the end result. I mean, do you want the end result to be a good thing? So do you kind of think you have to be in a good place? If so, you have to be in that place of assuming it's already happened as you trust and ask the universe for the information, and start working on being open to it, and you will get whatever answer it is as long as you're in the right state of mind. But I would go over that over any mediumship, because you're just going to believe bullshit information that's never worked before. Sensitivity, that actually believe that God is a source of our essence of goodness. Yeah, I really truly believe that there is sort of a good and evil thing going on, but um, being sensitive really does help you distinguish the roadmap. If you're sensitive, then you can feel a shift, you can feel a change, you can feel something going up. It may be even a fight flight that but you can pay attention to something really fast with your intuition and just knowing something's wrong. Now, how you judge whether something is right or wrong is the trick. There does seem to be a good and evil, but we're misinterpreting what evil is. And um, religion has you not even wanting to face evil, because if you talked with the devil, then something's wrong with you. But it's like, okay, every problem needs information, every probably wants a solution, so evil would want something too. What does it want? So to have that conversation with, okay, what would solve your problem? I would be like the most evil, listening to the devil. Like, there's something really sinful about me to even have a conversation with evil to find out what it wants. If you could talk to God and find out what it wants, that's a good thing, but to talk to the devil is a bad thing. Not exactly all that wrong, I don't think, but you got to know who you are and who you're talking to. But evil is definitely the same as every other problem, and they are a negative experience. The negative direction that you can take or be sucked down with every challenge that you experience, but there also is a learning and a higher ground, and an evolution of yourself with every challenge. So every challenge is not an evil thing. Every single challenge is like an experience of God, of how you're going to handle it? Are you going to see the solution? Because every problem just wants its solution. Every problem is just a lack of information. That within the correct state of mind, and living well within your true purpose, every problem should find its solution. But you'll get straight off into the exploration and trying and understanding, and it's all an aspect of life. So I don't see that evil or negative actions are necessarily a really bad thing. It's opportunity to notice that that is just a bad path and get onto another path. At least we know the difference between right and wrong with knowing that there's an evil path there, but it's a matter, you got to distinguish what's right and wrong. And right now, wrong looks right, and we can't distinguish the difference. Right looks awfully boring. It's not. you know Anyways, there's my take on a few of those questions. I hope they answered something and not too rambling. Peace out.